Welcome back. Many independent researchers and home energy contractors are encouraging homeowners to weatherize their homes. This is one step towards becoming more environmentally friendly while protecting your home from inclement weather. Emily Dean, the director of housing for the New York State Energy Research and Development Authority, joined me for a discussion on weatherization. Emily, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you, Kibin. I'm thrilled to be here.
So I'm really excited to talk about this because this was actually the first time I've even heard of this term. So can you just explain, what does it mean to weatherize your home?
Absolutely. So, really, what weatherizing means is air sealing, we also referred to as air sealing and insulating, is a way just to make the home more efficient. So there are fewer drafts, fewer leaks, and the home stays comfortable. So that means sealing around the windows and adding insulation so that the home doesn't have to expend as much energy to stay warm and comfortable in the winter and cool in the summer.
Oh, wow, that's pretty cool. Now, is this something that's accessible to anyone? Like, can anybody weatherize their home or the place that they're staying at?
Yeah, I really appreciate that question because in New York State is unique in that our climate law prioritizes energy justice and ensuring accessibility for all and benefiting from the clean energy transition, including these critical comfort and cost saving measures that homeowners can undertake. So, a good first step is a resource that we have called New York Energy Advisor. It's a website where a homeowner or a renter can go in and put in a few demographic pieces of information anonymously and find out what programs they're eligible for. And that's particularly important in ensuring that low and moderate income households are directed to the programs that can provide them with no cost or completely low cost energy retrofits in their homes. So connecting them to the resources that can largely or entirely pay for the cost of weatherizing their homes and installing additional energy efficiency improvements.
Now, this is something that, even though people may be familiar with it, it could be something that's new for them. How will someone know that this making this shift is right for their family?
Yeah, well, a great place to start is to do a home energy audit. That's basically a kind of a review of the home just to identify improvements that a homeowner could make when they're ready to make investments, as well as to learn about programs, incentive programs that can help reduce that cost or maybe cover the cost completely. So NYSERDA offers a no cost, free to homeowner energy audit. And so that's a great place to start. No risk. A qualified contractor comes to the home, does a walkthrough, and provides the homeowner with a report summarizing all the different improvements they could make when they're ready to make investments or upgrade those building systems, as well as a sense for how much energy savings those improvements will yield to help them prioritize the investments and make a decision that's right for their financial situation.
Now, did the Inflation Reduction Act of 2022 inspire this effort to make homes more environmentally friendly?
Well, I will say that New York has been really on the leading edge of climate action. We've been taking it very seriously, and that's embodied in our Climate Act of 2019, which really charts our course to a carbon neutral economy by mid-century. So we have been focused on this for a very long time. But what the Inflation Reduction Act provides is necessary infusion of financial and other supports to build out the resources, to build out the workforce, and to make these investments more economically viable for all homeowners. So, particularly for energy efficiency and also clean heating and cooling upgrades, the Inflation Reduction Act provides tax credits as well as incentives to make those upgrades pencil and make them economically accessible for all homeowners.
Now, what will a weatherized home look like for people who live in a single or multi-family home?
So, generally a weatherized home is a more comfortable home. It saves energy. But in terms of what it looks like, there wouldn't really be much of a change to what the house looks like because many times it's adding insulation within the walls. And so there's going to be no aesthetic change whatsoever. So it's not going to look different, but it's going to feel different. It's going to feel more comfortable, less drafty, and it's going to cost less to heat and cool. So by and large, that's what a homeowner can expect of a weatherization project in a single family home. In a multifamily building, we're seeing that not only is this an opportunity for a multifamily building owner to improve the energy performance of their building and make their building more efficient, but oftentimes a multifamily building owner will actually use that as an opportunity to actually improve and improve the facade of the building. So actually improve the aesthetics of the building while they're improving the energy performance and reducing the cost for them as a building owner as well as for their residents.
Now, what are some examples of home energy efficient upgrades?
So the best thing for a homeowner to do, particularly, in the time that we are in with, the geopolitical situation driving up, heating costs and utility bills, the best thing to do is to weatherize, to add insulation. And that is something that a homeowner can learn about through an energy audit. In addition to insulating and air sealing a home, certainly lighting and appliances can also have a big impact on utility bills. So upgrading to efficient appliances and high efficiency lighting, as well as taking the opportunity to look at their heating system. Many of us, including myself, I have a gas heating system, but I am making a plan for making a switch to super efficient electric heat pumps when my system ages out. So also having a plan for switching to cleaner, more efficient, and more comfortable clean heating and cooling technology when their heating system reaches end of life. And that also provides the benefit of cooling. So cooling and more efficient cooling than the window air conditioner units that many of us live with in New York City.
What are the major steps needed to get started on this effort?
Well, we aim to meet homeowners where they are in their journey, in their home upgrade sort of consideration process. So some homeowners might know what they want to do. They have a project in mind. And so the step for them would be to connect with a qualified contractor. So NYSERDA has participating contractors that have been vetted, that are required to have certain credentials to participate in our programs, and can also access the incentives in our programs. So that information can be found on our website for a homeowner to be able to undertake the project that they have in mind. Perhaps they don't know where to start, or they don't know what the most, the best return on their investment will be, and that's where we recommend the free home energy audit, just to give them a sense of the improvements that can be made at the time that they're planning to invest over the long run, so they can really improve the impact of those investments on their energy cost savings and their utility bills and the comfort and performance of their home.
Now, we talked about homeowners. What can people, or how can people who rent apartments also partake in weatherizing their units?
Great question. It's not so straightforward. It's definitely more complicated. But for example, in New York City, larger buildings are required to benchmark their energy and water consumption every year. And recently, buildings have been posting scores, so letter grades on buildings. And so for a resident of a large building that has a grade that's perhaps not so great, not making the honor roll, that's a great conversation starter with their landlord, with their building, with a property management company, to have a conversation around what can be improved or what the building's plans are to improve energy performance. For low income residents, one thing that they can take advantage of is in-unit improvements. So both through our Empower program that NYSERDA operates, as well as through the Weatherization Assistance Program, which is a program operated by our sister agency, Homes and Community Renewal. Both of those programs will come into the unit and fund in-unit energy efficiency upgrades to reduce the bills of that homeowner so they can still reap the benefits of energy savings, even if it's not at the building level.
Now, people often believe it is expensive to live with energy efficiency in mind. Have you found this to be true?
I think that, that's front of mind for us as part of the core principle of our Climate Act and how we are approaching this transition, to ensure that we put energy justice first, and the most vulnerable and the most financially challenged households front of mind. And so that comes into play with our programs. We have a program, Empower, which fully funds the upgrades in low-income households. We have another program that also funds retrofits for moderate-income households, providing a 50% cost share. So we really seek to minimize any barriers, but the first barrier is really reaching people. And so thank you for your help in getting the word out and raising awareness about these programs. And I really do encourage your viewers to check out New York Energy Advisor, type in a few pieces of information, anonymous, and through that, they'll learn about all the different programs, energy programs, as well as other resources that are available to them to help them with their energy goals, whether it's energy bill assistance, or incentive programs for their home. So we really aim to make it accessible, and making it accessible and easy to participate in is the first step.
Now, what are some other efforts New York State is taking to protect our planet? As I mentioned, or as we both mentioned, New York State is very committed to addressing climate change. So, what are some of the efforts being taken to continue this?
Well, we're really working with all of our state partners to make climate action, to make sustainability a core principle of how all New York State agencies are investing, and and supporting through the programs that supporting the New Yorkers through the programs that they operate. So one example is working with our partners at the New York State Homes and Community Renewal. This is the New York's affordable housing agency. And they are taking an incredible leadership role in making really ambitious requirements of their developers for new affordable housing, and making affordable housing the premier example of how we can build sustainable, affordable, high quality new affordable housing and rehabilitate affordable housing to be a model. So all electric, high performance housing that is high quality, that is cost effective, and that preserves these affordable housing units in perpetuity. So we're really excited about the leadership that we're seeing throughout many of our sister agencies in committing to the cause of climate action as part of their core mission of affordable housing.
All right, Emily, thank you so much for joining us. To learn more about NYSERDA, please go to their website at www.nyserda.ny.gov or follow them across all platforms at NYSERDA. We've come to the end of our show. I'd like to thank all of our guests for joining us, and for you, the viewers, for tuning in. If you missed any part of today's show, you can catch the recable cast at 5 and 10 p.m. on Optimum Channel 67 and Verizon Fios Channel 33, or watch anytime on the web at bronxnet.org. I'm Kibin Alleyne, wishing you and yours safety and wellness now and always. See you next time.